this video, I want to share with you about how you can free your mind and allow yourself to be fully authentic. Allow yourself to be transparent. Allow yourself to be seen for who you truly are without all the fears and the anxieties that come with it. And I'm sharing this from a whole life of experience with it. Trying to learn how to be authentic, how to be okay with being myself. This has always been my biggest struggle. I was never comfortable being me. And there can be a lot of reasons that comes to this. And for me, and it's probably a lot of people, is a lack of acceptance from my family and my parents. But here's the thing. I am the black sheep of the family, and I am the kid with ADHD and hyperactivity. And of course, society will try to change us and make us fit in. But we are not here to fit in. We came here with a different mission. We are here to revolutionize the way things are being done. We have incredible strengths and superpowers, but we try to suppress that down because we're trying to fit into a sick society that is working on memorizing things and following orders and not questioning. And that's not who we are. It's not that people are trying to change traits of us, but it's they're trying to change our core essence. And no wonder why so many people have depression and all sorts of mental disorders. And they blame that to their ADHD, but it's the other way, is because they're trying to fit in into a sick society. Depression comes from feeling restless of wearing this costume and this mask that is not you, so you can fit in. And that takes away from us to being fully authentic. And what is to be authentic is to simply be, is to not calculate your way through life, measuring every step and thinking about the consequences based on your past experiences. It's allowing you to be transparent. You have nothing to hide. You are what you are, and that's enough. My journey is, apart from helping people, experts and teachers to launch a business that feels true to them, is help people to step into full authenticity. Because I can tell you something, your life becomes so much easier. You become so much more successful. Everything will happen to you when you stop using so much energy to try to do things, to try to think your way through life and always calculating. You're gonna have so much energy when you allow yourself to simply be, that this can be channeled into what you are here to do and how you're here to serve this planet. And let me tell you something. If you fit in this category that doesn't fit in, you're here for greatness. Perhaps that's not clear to you yet. And perhaps you have a feeling of it, or perhaps you already know what you're here to do. But that's when things really start to flow, is when you step into authenticity. Now, there's two ways that we can step into authenticity. There's the quick fix way, which works and will help you to move more and more into authenticity. But there's the other part that is extremely important for you to look at as well, which is the inner work. I will start with the inner work first, and then I'm gonna give you the quick hack that you can instantly step into authenticity. And the more you practice, the easier it becomes. But you gotta find peace within yourself. And this inner work is shadow work, knowing your shadows, knowing the parts of you that you suppress, knowing the parts of you that you judge as bad or that you try to hide. I will give you an example of mine. Since I was a child, I was heavily criticized and judged for being aggressive. I was aggressive, but I wasn't violent. But the judgment of my aggression, it started to turn into violence because I was being suppressed. What happens when you corner a dog and the dog has nowhere to go? The dog's gonna freak out and it's gonna fight. That's how I felt as a child. Because my shadows were so suppressed, it turned into aggression. It turned into bad traits. Smoking weed, drinking, and so on my teenager years. Doing shadow work, I went really deep into understanding what being aggressive means. And if you go back into the Greek times, they consider aggression a positive trait that is related to exploration of life and strong desires. Aggression itself doesn't mean anything negative. The suppression of aggression comes into violence. Another thing that I had, and it was my shadow for so many years until I was about 25, is that I was an incredible mind controller and I could manipulate a lot of people. Especially I used to manipulate women to like me and fall in love with me. And it's pretty sad. The only reason why I would do that, first, I wasn't aware that that was a shadow. That's why we need to do that shadow work, and we got to be very clear of what our shadows are. And I wouldn't do this because I wouldn't love myself. If I find a vulnerable woman that would fall in love with myself, that would feel my ego and would feel the need that I had to feel loved and appreciated and accepted. But because I didn't have that within me, I had to find through my shadow ways to get it. And that comes to the understanding that hurt people hurt people. So we bring our shadows into the light. We're able to transmute our shadows into love. We don't judge, we don't criticize. We simply accept that that's the way we are. And we make a conscious choice of not to use those shadows in any circumstances, or if we're going to use, it's going to be to positive circumstances. If I am going to manipulate someone, is I'm going to manipulate them to be the best they can be. I'm going to help them to see the potential within themselves, and I can use my shadows as a gift. So you become way more powerful when you can integrate your shadows with love and have a lot of integrity on how we are using those. The second thing comes self-love and self-acceptance. And that is a very challenging thing for a lot of people. And there's so many levels of self-love that even if you think you love yourself, but you're still not able to act authentically and transparently, there's so much more for you to love yourself. And the deeper we go with this, it's incredible how everything changes. We become more prosperous, more abundant. We become more attractive in every realm with partners, business partners, relationships, connections, relationship with our kids, our family, and so on. People feel attracted to love. And you got to cultivate that within yourself before you can even give to anyone else. You can only love someone to the extent that you love yourself. As within, so without. As above, so below. Another part of the deep work is inner child work. Is really going back into the moments that you were a child and the emotions that you felt, the moments that you felt abandoned, invalidated, not accepted, and connecting with that child that still lives within you and give that child what it needs. Talk to it, give it love, give attention, give acceptance. It takes a lot of work. You don't do this once and it's gone. It's deep work. It's a life of work. But it's beautiful because the better it gets, the better it gets. The more we do this work, the more we allow ourselves to show up authentically. And our power is in through authenticity. There's nothing that you need to do or someone that you need to become or be a better person. You just got to clear up all of these constructs that were put on us to keep us on this box and fit in so we can be loved and accepted. We break this box. We release this from within us on an emotional level, and everything starts to align again. Now I want to share with you a very simple technique that you can use to be more authentic. A simple way to be more authentic is to be more present. What is the premises of meditation? Meditation is not about silencing your mind, it's about presence. It's being present on what we are doing and in our environment and the things that we are perceiving. It takes presence. Presence is everything. A lot of the times when you're not being able to be authentic is because you're being self-conscious. You're thinking so much. You're living in your mind. And you're thinking, how do I sound? How do I look? What are people perceiving of me? Is this good or is this bad? Is this constant chattering in the mind? Which, again, you're calculating your way through life so you can get an outcome that you want. And that is really tough to do it all the time. It's draining. It's exhausting. The path to authenticity is to stop to think about ourselves. Self-conscious, we are thinking, right? Self-aware, we're simply aware. We are in the body. We are aware of everything that's happening, but we're not consciously reflecting what that means to us, constantly thinking about ourselves. But how you stop to think about yourself? Because it's a paradox. If I say, don't think about yourself, I'm constantly thinking about myself. Don't think about yourself, thinking about myself. The way to do this is to shift your attention and focus into the action that you want to perform. If you want to create videos for your social media or YouTube, Instead of focusing on how you look and what people will say of you, you focus on speaking with clarity. You focus on connecting with the person you are speaking. And when your attention is going into the action that you want to perform, your thoughts about how you look and how you feel vanish. If you want to perform into, let's say, you want to step into a podium, or you want to do a speech, it's a challenging thing to do. You have a lot of eyeballs on you. If you start to think how you look, and if you look good, and if you sound okay, you're going to get so nervous. You're going to be so inauthentic because you're going to be trying to look good. You're going to be trying to perform. And people can feel it and can sense it. What would you do instead? Instead of thinking about yourself, think about the action you're performing. I am speaking. What do I need to do to speak properly? Raise my voice, speak with clarity, and put emotion into my words. And then you focus on your voice constantly. Always focus on the action. If you're doing work, focus on the task that you have on, and not what people will think of the task once it's completed. I hope you get the sense of it. You can't stop thinking about yourself if that's what you're trying to do. You can shift your attention into the action that you want to perform with excellence. But that is a temporary fix. The inner work is required. What has helped me so much in my journey is ayahuasca, plant medicine, mushrooms, bufo, San Pedro. They've been amazing teachers to me that have completely changed my life. And I don't know where you are in life right now, but if you're hearing this calling, maybe it's calling you. It really helps us to see things through a higher consciousness and allow ourselves to let go of the lies that we bought in about ourselves and about reality. And when we are able to release those lies, release those limitations, all there is full potential, because you allow yourself to express your full potential. You're simply removing the blockages. You're not adding anything new. It's all within you. All you need to do is allow it to be. How do you allow it? Love it. Love yourself. Allow yourself to be who you are, and send yourself so much love. And gift this beautiful person that you are into the world, because the world needs you. It needs your energy. It needs your perspectives. It needs your wisdom. It needs your joy. All right. I hope this video was helpful to you, and if it was, I would love to hear your thoughts. I would love if you could drop a comment here and share with me what it came to you, and you would be in a huge support to me by simply subscribing to my channel, liking these videos, so I can post more content like this. And I love you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.